What's up, agents? Zero here, welcome back to another Minecraft Redstone video, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to build an automatic bee farm that works on both Java and Bedrock Edition. So, Mojang just released the Buzzy Bee update to Minecraft. Java Edition is currently on 1.15, Bedrock on 1.14, and these guys are actually pretty useful, pretty cool looking admittedly, and these guys will go ahead and produce for you honey balls and a honeycomb, which is not too bad, all things considered, and these are literally all the materials that they give you guys, unfortunately, but you guys probably knew that if you work with the update and work with bees, and it's actually a pretty small farm, all things considered, and also uses a small amount of resources, all things considered, so it's not too terribly bad. Now, this farm does not include, like, pollinating crops like your potatoes and carrots. At least that's not the intention. However, you can set that up without too much of an issue. You can plant your flowers pretty much anywhere. And I actually do have to give a quick shout out to my good friend TGC for helping me test this on Java Edition because my computer was not cooperating. So let's go ahead and get started building this farm. Alright, to get things started, you're going to need a 4x4 area. You do not need to dig down any blocks. However, you can if you feel it necessary. This granite block right here is the exact spot where you're going to end up putting your hive/nest. It does not matter. You can use them interchangeably. Now, ignoring getting the bees and flowers because those are obviously necessary, the redstone resources that you're going to need for this farm are 2 pieces of redstone dust, 2 comparators, a dispenser, 5 hoppers, 2 chests, a beehive or a bee nest. Like I said, it does not matter. You can use these interchangeably. 3 building blocks. You can use additional ones if you feel you need to go ahead and decorate. A composter. Enough crops in order to go ahead and fill your composter up to level 4. I'm using pumpkin pie because that'll fill up 1 level each. You're also going to need a transparent block. I'm using glass. And then lastly, you're going to need glass balls if you plan on harvesting honey balls, and shears if you plan on harvesting honeycomb. I'm going to leave these inside the chest for the time being. Now, if you feel that you need more than 1 double chest like I have over on the rest of these, then you're going to need an additional hopper and 2 chests per double chest that you want to add. So maybe, for example, you want to add 3 additional double chests. You're going to need 3 additional hoppers and 6 chests worth. So do keep this in mind. So to go ahead and get things started, we're going to place down our 2 chests right here, and you're going to place your chests on top of that if you're adding more than 1 chest. So next we're going to go ahead and place down our hoppers just like this. So in a little bit of a 2x2 area, so not too bad. And you're actually going to be placing these up higher if you're using more than 1 chest. In fact, you only need this hopper right here, and you'll need to do that sort of thing, but obviously not important. So yeah, so last, what you're going to go ahead and do is place down your hopper right here. So that's your entire hopper configuration. That's going to be your harvesting point. Go ahead and place down a comparator right here and set this to subtract mode. Place down a block right here and place down a comparator just like this. You can leave this one alone. Now go ahead and place down your composter right behind this comparator right here and fill this up to level 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So just like that. Next up, go ahead and get out your blocks once again. Place a block in front of this comparator and 1 on top of this comparator. Place 1 piece of redstone dust right here. And then go ahead and get out your dispenser, place it right here, just like this. And then go ahead and place your hive or nest, again, it doesn't matter, right there. And you're pretty much all done with that. So the last thing I'm going to go ahead and do is place down a piece of glass right here. Like I said, this can be any transparent block. Place it right there. This will prevent any drops from landing on top of the chest. And you can still open it, by the way. And that's actually pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and cover up just a little bit so that it prevents it from being able to shoot out pretty much everywhere. But regardless, the farm is actually pretty much done at this point. So yeah, this is basically the entire farm. So the last step that I'm going to go ahead and briefly show you guys is actually this right here, is how you actually fill up the actual farm itself. So go inside of here and you obviously place in your shears and your glass bottles. And if you're going to use glass bottles, you're going to need to make sure that all of these are filled. And the reason for that is because otherwise, then you are going to end up having honey bottles inside of the actual dispenser itself, instead of it collecting inside of your storage chest. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the entire farm. Alright, so over here I actually have 2 additional farms set up, and technically speaking, if you feel that you need to, you can go ahead and have this collect only a single item if you really need to. I just saw it harvest some honey for us. We have an additional honey bottle. So yeah, as I said, you can fill this up with pretty much just one if you really want to. So if you only want to collect honey bottles, you can do that. If you want to collect honeycomb, you can go ahead and do that. So I've got shears in here, and technically speaking, you really don't need to fill an entire dispenser full of shears. Obviously, that means you will have a lot more shears to have to go through, but it's not entirely necessary. Now, one final thing to mention that I'm pretty sure some of you guys are going to be asking me down in the comments. Why don't you just use an observer? Won't that work as well? And technically speaking, you aren't wrong. The issue with using an observer in this fashion is that if you're harvesting honey balls, then you may occasionally, yeah, if you take a look, I have a bunch of empty glass balls, and the reason that happens is because the observer does not detect just simply when it completely fills up with honey. It detects every single time the honey level goes up, and the honey level will go up to 5, whereas 5 is when it's completely full. So that's kind of why I don't use observers for this build, because if you want to collect honey balls, you'll waste pretty much a lot of balls. If you want to just collect honeycomb, however, this design will in fact work, since it doesn't actually shoot out the shears, it only shoots out the honey balls. So that is technically an option for you guys if you feel it necessary. But yeah, that's just something I want to bring up just really quickly. And as I said at the very start of the video, this works on both Java and Bedrock Edition, and if you are a Java player and you've been following this tutorial, you have no changes that you need to make. Obviously, this tutorial has been made on Bedrock Edition, so you guys obviously don't have to worry about that. But like I just said, Java players, if you follow this tutorial, no changes that you actually need to make whatsoever, which is pretty nice. There will be a world download in the description if you guys want to check this out. The world download is going to be for Bedrock Edition users only. I apologize, Java players. I don't have an easy way of getting this world to Java Edition. I know some of you guys are smarter than me and know of a way to do that, but that's not the point. But yeah, other than that, this is actually where I'm going to go ahead and end off the video. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at HNCP0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Studios. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I'll see you guys later.